Please subscribe, like and activate the bell if you like the content to continue with more. Give your opinions and suggestions in the comments so that we can develop the channel. Thank you. Full stop. Marrakech, or in Berber Amorakush, the land of God, also called the Red City and the capital of palm trees, is the third largest city in the Kingdom of Morocco in terms of population. It is the capital of the Marrakech-Safi region. Marrakech is located 580 kilometers southeast of Tangier, 327 kilometers southeast of the Moroccan capital Rabat, 239 kilometers southeast of Casablanca and 246 kilometers northeast of Agadir. The city was founded in 1062, by Abu Bakr ibn Umar al-Lamtouni, ruler and cousin of the Almoravid king, Yusuf ibn Tashfine, as the capital of the Almoravid Empire. The city was one of the four imperial cities of Morocco. In the 12th century, the Almoravids built many Islamic schools, Koranic schools and mosques in Marrakech which have an Andalusian character. The city's red walls, built by Ali ibn Yusuf ibn Tashfine in 1122–1123, and the various edifices built in red sandstone during this period, gave the city the nickname of Red City. Marrakech grew rapidly, establishing itself as the cultural, religious and commercial center of the Maghreb and sub-Saharan Africa. The Djemaa El Fna square is the busiest square in Africa. After a period of decline, it was able to overtake the city of Fez, but at the beginning of the 16th century, Marrakech once again became the capital of the kingdom. The city regained its supremacy under the wealthy Saadian sultans Al-Kambi Amr al-Saadi and Ahmad al-Mansur al-Dahabi, who embellished the city with lavish palaces such as the 1578 al-Badi Palace and restored many ruined monuments. From the 17th century, the city became famous among Sufi pilgrims, the 7 honorable men who are buried there. In 1912, the French protectorate in Morocco, Tommy El Glaio became Pasha of Marrakech and held this position for almost the entire period of the protectorate until the independence of Morocco and the restoration of the monarchy in 1956. In 2009, the mayor of Marrakech, Fatima Zahra al-Mansouri, has become the second woman to be elected mayor in Morocco. Marrakech has an old fortified square teeming with vendors and their stalls in the Old Town, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Today it is one of the most visited cities in Africa, serving as a major economic center and tourist destination. Tourism is strongly supported by King Mohammed VI of Morocco, with the goal of doubling the number of tourists visiting Morocco, which reached 20 million, by 2020. Despite the recession economically, real estate and hotels in Marrakech have grown exponentially in the 21st century. Marrakech is very popular, especially with foreigners, and many foreign celebrities own property in the city. Marrakech has the largest traditional souk in Morocco, with around 18 souks selling items ranging from traditional Berber rugs to modern consumer electronics. Traditional craftsmanship employs a large part of the population, who mainly sell their products to tourists. Among the services available in the city of Marrakech are the Marrakech Menara International Airport and the Marrakech Railway Station, which connects the city to Casablanca in northern Morocco. Marrakech has several universities and schools, including Qadi Ayad University. There are a number of Moroccan football clubs, including Edouil Marrakech Club, Kakab Marrakech Club and Maloudia Marrakech Club. The Marrakech Circuit hosts World Touring Car Championship, WTCC, races, motor racing and Formula 2 championship races. There are many stories about the exact meaning of the name. One of the possible origins of the name Marrakech comes from the Amazigh word Amorakech, which means the land of God. According to historian Suzanne Sirite, the city's name was first documented in an 11th century manuscript in the Qur'an library in Fez, where it is given the meaning of the land of the sons of Cush. The word is now used in Amazigh mainly for the feminine Tamort. The same word Moor appears in Mauritania, a North African kingdom in ancient times, although the connection is still controversial as this name probably originated from Mavarus, the ancient Greek word for black. This name is still used in all languages, such as Marrakech Persian, Miruka Spanish and Moroccan English. From the Middle Ages until the beginning of the 20th century, the whole of Morocco was known as the Kingdom of Marrakech, because Marrakech was the historical capital of the kingdom. The name Morocco is still known today in Persian and Urdu as Marrakech, as well as many other South Asian languages. The region of Marrakech was inhabited by Berber farmers from the Neolithic period, and many stone tools have been discovered in the area. Marrakech was founded in 1062 by Abu Bakr ibn Umar al-Lamtouni, leader and cousin of the Almoravid Sultan Yusuf ibn Tashfine 1061-1106. During the reign of the Berber dynasty of the Almoravids, many Islamic mosques and Koranic schools were built, which made the community a trading center for the Maghreb and sub-Saharan Africa. Marrakech grew rapidly and established itself as a cultural and religious center, supplanting Agadir, long the capital of the province of Al-Haous. Andalusian craftsmen from Córdoba and Seville built and decorated many of the city's palaces, developing the Umayyad style characterized by carved domes and chiseled arches. This Andalusian influence merged with designs from the Sahara and West Africa, creating a unique architectural style completely suited to the environment of Marrakech. Yusuf ibn Tashfine completed the city's first mosque, the Ibn Yusuf Mosque, after which it was named, built houses, minted coins, and brought gold and silver to Medina in caravans. The city became the capital of the Almoravid state, which stretches from the coasts of Senegal to central Spain and from the coasts of the Atlantic Ocean to Algiers. After order was established for the Almohads after entering Medina in 1147, they took it as the capital of their reign. They created with him several historical monuments which are still the pride of their time, such as the Koutabia minaret with its 2 mosques, its walls, its gates and its gardens, as well as an arch on the Tensift Wadi which was used until recently. This is how Marrakech was known under the domination of the Almohads, a great influence which made it a cultural, economic and political center without equal in the Islamic West. Faced with the weakness of the Almohads, the Marinids, coming from the east, seized the city in 1269, but they took Fez as their capital because of the latter's proximity to their original homeland, which led to the decline of the city of Marrakech and its transformation into a secondary center. In the year 1551, the city regained its position as the capital of the Saudians 1589-1659. Under their reign, new buildings and facilities were built, the most important of which were the Badi Palace, the Mawasing Complex, the Ibn Yusuf School, the Saudian tombs and many watering cans. During the reign of the Alawites, Mullah Rashid restored the Ibn Salah al-Marini Mosque, but his successor, Mullah Ismail, gave all his attention to the new capital of his reign, Meknes. Sultan Sidi Mohammed worked to restore Marrakech to its status by establishing new neighborhoods and monuments. It can be said that Marrakech took its final form from the period of the reign of this sultan, the following stages being limited to restoring what had been achieved since medieval times. By land, Marrakech is 580 kilometers southwest of Tangier, 327 kilometers southwest of the Moroccan capital Rabat, 239 kilometers southwest of Casablanca, 196 kilometers southwest of Beni Mellal, 177 kilometers to east of Essaouira and 246 kilometers northeast of Agadir. The city expanded north from the old city center and suburbs such as Daoudouayet, Deir el-Meskin, Sidi Abad, Sakar and Marrakech, southeast from Sidi Youssef Ben Ali, west with Masra and Targa, and southwest of Mahamid outside the airport. On the P2017 road leading south of the city to larger villages such as Dour Lahana, Taujana, Lakousim and Lahibichet. It leads through the desert to the town of Tahanaout, which is located on the edge of the High Atlas, the highest mountain range in North Africa. The average height of the snow-capped High Atlas is more than 3,000 meters. It is mainly composed of Jurassic limestone. The mountain range stretches along the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, then rises east of Agadir and stretches to northeast Algeria before disappearing into Tunisia. The Arica River is located 30 kilometers south of Marrakech and the snow-capped Agra Mountain is visible south of the city. American adventurer, David Prescott Barrows, described Marrakech as the strangest city when explaining its nature, saying, "The city is located about 15 kilometers from the edge of the Atlas Mountains, which appear from here at their greatest height, and where the mountain scenery is magnificent. Through the clear desert air, the eye can feel the rugged contours of the range to the north and east, where white winter snows and turquoise skies frame gray rocks and gleaming peaks of beauty unequaled in Marrakech." Marrakech has 130,000 hectares of green space and more than 180,000 palm trees in the palm grove of Marrakech. The city is an oasis of rich and varied flora. Throughout the seasons of the year, there are orange, fig, pomegranate and olive trees in different scents, colors and fruits in Agdal Park, Menor Park and other city gardens. The city gardens are home to many native plants as well as other species imported over the centuries, including giant bamboos, yuccas, sedges, palms, banana trees, cypresses, love trees, rose bushes, bougainvillea, pines and various types of cacti. Marrakech has a semi-arid climate, with mild, wet winters and dry, hot summers. The average temperature in the city is 28-29 degrees Celsius in summer and 12 degrees Celsius in winter. The precipitation pattern in winter in Marrakech is similar to the rest of the Mediterranean regions, but with less rain than its Mediterranean counterpart. Full stop. A table showing the average temperature in Marrakech over the months of the year. Marrakech is an essential component of the Moroccan economy and culture. Improvements to the highways between Casablanca, Agadir and Marrakech Menor Airport have led to a significant increase in tourism to the city, which now attracts over 2 million tourists from different countries every year. Given the importance of tourism to the Moroccan economy, King Mohammed VI bin Al Hassan pledged to attract 20 million tourists a year to Morocco by 2020, doubling the number of tourists from 2012. The town is popular with the French, and many French celebrities have purchased property in the town, including fashion giants Yves Saint Laurent and Jean-Paul Gaultier. In the 1990s, very few foreigners lived in the city, but real estate development projects have exploded over the past 15 years, and by 2005 more than 3,000 foreigners had bought property in the city, attracted by its culture and relatively low housing prices. It was reported in the French weekly Le Point that Marrakech had become a desirable stopover for the European aeronautical group. The Djemaa El Fna Square is the best known and most famous square in Africa and is the center of activity and commerce in the city. It is a world-famous square, a bridge between past and present and a place where Moroccan traditions and oral heritage live. It has been considered a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1985. The square was renovated along with a large part of the city of Marrakech, whose walls were enlarged by Abu Yaqub Yusuf ibn Abd al-Mumin and especially by Yaqub al-Mansur in the years 1147-1158. The mosque, palace, hospitals and gardens surrounding the edges of the square were also repaired, in addition to also fortifying the Kasbah. Historically, this arena was used to behead people by rulers who sought to maintain their power by intimidating the public. The square attracted people from the surrounding desert and mountains for trade, and stalls were erected in the square from the very beginning of its history. The square attracted merchants, snake charmers, Atlas Shiloh dancers, and musicians playing flutes, tambourines, and African drums. Richard Hamilton said sex once had a special Berber flavor, and today the square attracts people from diverse social and ethnic backgrounds and tourists from all over the world. Snake charmers, acrobats, magicians, mystics, musicians, monkey trainers, herbalists, storytellers, dentists and performers in medieval costumes still populate the arena today. Marrakech has the largest traditional market in Morocco, and the image of the city is closely linked to its markets. Paul Sullivan says the souks of Marrakech are a major shopping destination in the city, a honeycomb of intertwined alleys. This central section of the old town is a small town unto itself, with an impressive number of stalls and of shops ranging from no more than wardrobe elves to storefronts that transform into glittering Aladdin's caves as soon as you enter. Historically, the souks of Marrakech were divided into retail areas for specific crafts such as leather, carpets, metals and pottery. These divisions still roughly exist, but with significant overlap. Many souks sell items such as rugs and carpets, traditional Islamic clothing, leather bags and lanterns. Haggling is still a very important part of trading in the markets. One of the largest markets in town is the Samarin market, which sells everything from sandals to brightly jeweled slippers, leather benches to jewelry and kaftans. The Abla market has stalls specializing in lemons, harissa pepper, capers, pickles, green, red and black olives and mint, which is a common component of tea and Moroccan beverages. Similarly, the Chatra market specializes in dried fruits and nuts, including dates, figs, walnuts, cashews, and apricots. The Old Rabat market features stalls selling hand-woven baskets, natural perfumes, knitted hats, scarves, shirts, ginseng, alligators and iguana skins. Souk Sagan is known for its jewelry, and Souk Samada is known for its wide range of slippers, stewed snails and belts. Souk Karadan specializes in leather goods and Souk Belaref sells modern consumer goods. The blacksmith market specializes in iron tools and lanterns. The Handicrafts Complex is a government-run complex for small arts and crafts which offers a range of leather goods, textiles and carpets. Young apprentices devote themselves to various trades in the workshop located at the end of this courtyard. The walls of Marrakech, which stretch for 19 kilometers around the city, were built by the Almoravids in the 12th century as protective fortifications. The walls are made of orange-red clay and a distinctive chalk, giving the city its nickname of Red City. It is 5.8 meters high and is lined with 20 gates and 200 towers. During the reign of the Almoravids, Caliph Yaqub al-Mansur worked to strengthen the fabric of the city and its fortifications by building the Kasbah, which was the seat of government or the city of the Makhzen, similar to other cities of Islam. West. The Almohads supported the Kasbah with several gates, some of which have disappeared, and only the Akana gate remains, which still stands in front of the mosque silo. Bab Daukala and Agmat. See Bab Daukala and Bab Agmat. Bab Daukala and Agmat are considered one of the main gates that permeate the walls of the ancient city of Marrakech. Bab Daukala is endemic on its western side and leads to the Bab Daukala Mosque, while Bab Daukala is located on the eastern side of the ancient city town, thus emerging on the road leading to the corner of Sidi Ben Saleh. As for Bab Daukala, it consists of two large towers in the middle of which is a corridor that leads to the heart of the ancient city. As for the Agmat Gate, it forms the outlets of one of the towers that permeate the eastern side of the city walls. The gates are as follows: Bab Aknau, Bab Salim, Bab Salim, Bab al-Khamis, Bab al-Jadid, Bab Daukala, Bab Agmat, Bab al-Nakib, Bab al-Raha, Bab al-Kasaba, Bab al-Sharia, Bab Makhzen, Bab Barima, Bab Tagazout. Chapter of Al-Garaza, Chapter of Al-Fuda, Chapter of Amin bin Muhammad al-Manfaludi, Chapter of the Dearest, Chapter of the Lord. The gardens of the lighthouse date from the Almohad period, which was a technique for training soldiers in swimming, and they decorated it with olive trees at the beginning of the 12th century. The Menor Gardens are located about 3 kilometers outside the city walls of Marrakech. On weekends, many Marrakechis make a pilgrimage to these gardens for a picnic. At the center of the gardens is the large basin or reservoir of the lighthouse, filled with water, 2 meters deep and 510 meters in circumference. Water reaches it through canals from the Middle Atlas Mountains. The Majorelle Garden is located in the Medina of Marrakech, in Goulas. It is called Majorelle in connection with the name of its builder, the French painter Jacques Majorelle, who began its establishment in 1924. In 1937, the oldest French painter painted the buildings of the garden in a bright blue, which surprised the residents of the red light district city, because the blue name Majorelle was given to this level of blue in the French language in relation to after this garden. The French painter was involved in a traffic accident, after which he was transferred to France, where he died in 1967. In 1980, international fashion designer Yves Saint Laurent and French writer Pierre Bergé bought the garden and opened part of it to the public. Today the place has become one of the most important monuments of the tourist city of Marrakech, where the building surrounded by the garden has been transformed into a museum of Islamic arts. The garden contains rare plants and flowers from the 5 continents, especially the different types of cacti. The Agdal Gardens or Agdal Groves are a natural park on the outskirts of Marrakech, Morocco. The visitor can find hundreds of olive, orange, apricot and other fruit trees. These gardens are a privileged place to enjoy peace and relaxation, as they are far from the noise and a real refuge for those fleeing the noise of the Red City. The Agdal Gardens have dozens of types of fruit trees, and they are available to visitors over an area of more than 500 hectares. What gives the garden a special elegance is that it attracts a group of rare birds. The visitor is then perplexed in distinguishing between the gardens and the gardens of Jinan, the city of joy, or preferably between them. Malay El Hassan Park is an ecological project located on an area of 17 hectares. It was inaugurated on May 8, 2022. It includes several facilities, outdoor theater play areas, restaurant kiosks, and a unique garden for cacti in addition to olive trees and palm trees and types of roses. The park is also available on a panoramic platform to see the whole view of Marrakech Al Manor Airport. The city's rich history is evident in its palaces, riads and other lavish residences. The main palaces are El Badi Palace, Dar El Makhzen Palace and El Bahia Palace. Riads and Moroccan palaces are common in Marrakech. These courtyards, based on a Roman villa design, feature an open central garden courtyard surrounded by high walls. These buildings offer the residents privacy while reducing the temperature inside the building. Notable buildings in the city are Riyad Arjana, Riyad Abri, Riyad Anaja, Riyad Mezaour, Riyad France Incon, Dar Mousin, Riyad Lotus, Riyad Elixir, Riyad Libougain Villiers, Riyad Dar Vendok, Dar Sharifa, Dar Mirzado, Dar Aldmana and Riyad Banco Belino. Other notable sites outside the city include Charbagh Palace, Emanjana, Marha Villa, Dar Alam, Dar Al Hind, Dar Tata. The Badi Palace is considered one of the achievements of King Saudi Ahmed al-Mansur al-Dahabi in 1578. Its construction coincided with Morocco's victory over the Portuguese army in the Battle of Wadi al-Maksan. Historical sources indicate that the Sultan used the most qualified Moroccan and foreign craftsmen and engineers to build and decorate it. Even some ancient historians and geographers considered it one of the wonders of the world. The Badi Palace is located on the northeast side of the Kasbah. The general design of the monument is characterized by a symmetrical distribution of buildings around a rectangular plaza. In the middle of the latter is a large tank 90 meters long and 20 meters wide, and 4 other side tanks interspersed with 4 gardens. The most important characteristic of El Badi Palace is the abundance of decorations and the variety of materials used, such as marble, crowns, columns covered with gold leaf, multicolored zelliges, carved and painted wood and gypsum. However, this magnificent monument was demolished in 1696, when Moulay Ismail used the elements that decorated it to decorate the buildings of his new capital, Meknes. Almoravid Dome. The Bahia Palace monument is located in the center of the ancient city of the municipality of Marrakech, Medina. The Bahia Palace landmark was built in the 19th century at the entrance to the old city of Marrakech by one of Sultan Moulay al-Hassan's most famous ministers, known as Bahmid. Due to its vastness and large size, the work took a long time until its construction was completed by his son later. The palace covers an area of about 2 hectares, and some of its facilities have been permanently exposed to climatic factors, which has led to their deterioration and discoloration, while the central side of the palace, which is open to public visit, has preserved a relatively good condition, paved with marble, surrounded by arcades supported by wooden columns, a large riad built by El-C Moussa, then a private suite for El Menza, the only shalhat in Marrakech that showcases the beauty of Almoravid architecture. The Almoravid Dome is located on the south side of Ben Youssef Square in the Old Town. Excavations carried out in the heart of the city, starting in 1948, revealed one of the rare vestiges of Almoravid religious architecture in Marrakech, representing an appanage of the Ali ibn Yusuf Mosque, which was demolished by the Almohads after their capture of the city around 1130. This suggestion is reinforced by an unclear inscription above the dome. Some scholars have revealed that the name inscribed above is the name of Sultan Ali bin Yusuf. The design of this setting is one of the features that gave it the characteristic of uniqueness, as its builders excelled in giving it a rectangular shape. The exterior facades of the dome bear rich inscriptions that represent arches and shapes that simulate a 7-pointed star. Its entrance is adorned on the north and south sides with double horseshoe-shaped arches, and on the north and east sides with lobed arches. Museums: Dar Said Museum, Dar Said Museum, Dar El Pacha Museum, Marrakech Museum, Mohammed VI Museum of Water Civilization, inaugurated on January 5, 2017 by Crown Prince Moulay al-Hassan. The museum covers an area of 20,000 square meters with a total budget of 163 million dirhams. It is considered the first museum specializing in the history and civilization of water. The Saudian tombs are located in the Kasbah district. Its construction began at the end of the 16th century and the beginning of the 17th century, with the construction of a dome in which members of the Saudian royal family were buried, notably Lala Masouda, the mother of Sultan Ahmed al-Mansur, his father and his brother. This dome formed the first core of the complex, which was enlarged and decorated by Sultans Abdullah al-Ghalib and Ahmed al-Mansur al-Dahabi. The mausoleum consists of 2 wings. The first includes a group of spaces that were built by Ahmed al-Mansur, where he was buried, and it consists of 3 rooms. The Mihrab room, it is a small mosque composed of 3 corridors based on marble columns. This mosque has a beautiful mihrab adorned with muqarnas. Hall of 12 columns, the body of Sultan Ahmed al-Mansur and the 3 sultans who succeeded to power after him were buried. This dome was decorated with a mixture of gypsum, carved wood, zellage and marble, these writings being embodied through geometric plant elements. Saldesdra niches, It is covered with more beautiful decorations than its predecessors, and the same materials and decoration techniques that characterize the rest of the spaces have been used. Sprinkler console Sakayat Al-Muazzin belongs to a complex with the same name, which in addition to this Sagaya consists of a mosque, a bathhouse, a treasury and a Koranic school. This boat was built by order of Sultan Saudi Abdullah al-Ghalib between 1562-1563. Sakayat Al-Muazzin is located north of the mosque's ablution hall. It has a rectangular design, containing 3 entrances and 3 water and sprinkler basins. Its design was based on the Ali bin Yusuf al-Almoravid sprinkler pattern. The number of mosques in Marrakech is 244, the most important of which is the Koutabia Mosque. The Koutabia Mosque is located in the center of Marrakech, near Djemaa El Fna Square. The name of the mosque is derived from the 2 books, and it is the name of a market selling books, which is said to have been near the mosques. He ordered the construction of the first Koutabia Mosque by Caliph Abd al-Mumin ibn Ali al-Hawmi in the year 1147 on the ruins of the Almoravid stone palace, whose buildings and architectural elements have been revealed by archaeological excavations. As for the second mosque, it was built in the year 1158, and it is similar in size to the first building, and it is organized into a rectangular prayer hall which includes 17 porticos oriented vertically towards the Qibla, supported by columns, symmetrical arches, and unique crowns reminiscent of those found in the Al-Qira'iyin Mosque in Fez. The confluence of the Qibla portico with its 5 domes and the axial portico is a design faithful to the characteristics of Almohad religious architecture which had great influence in various parts of the Islamic West. The city's culinary characteristics are rich and strongly spiced, but not pungent, using various spices from Ras El Hanout, which is a blend of dozens of spices including oregano, caraway, ginger, cinnamon, black pepper, turmeric and rose shhh. Ghian cook it slowly, as tagine is cooked over very low heat, while tangier is cooked in a traditional oven by burying it in hot ashes. Tagine can be made with chicken, lamb, beef or fish, adding dried fruits, olives, pickled lemons, vegetables and spices including cumin, pepper, saffron, turmeric and ras el hanout. The meal is prepared in a tagine and slowly steamed. Another version of the tagine includes pickled vegetables and chickpeas. A tagine can also be topped with Moroccan ghee, which has a flavor similar to blue cheese. Camroun, chicken and lemon brioles are the traditional specialties of Marrakech. The rice is cooked with saffron, raisins, spices and almonds, while the couscous is garnished with vegetables. Pastilla is a rolled dough stuffed with ground chicken or pigeon that has been prepared with almonds, cinnamon, spices and sugar. Haria soup in Marrakech usually includes lamb with a mixture of chickpeas, lentils, vermicelli and tomato paste, seasoned with cilantro, spices and parsley. As for kefta, minced meat and liver in crepes and mergousse sausages, babouche and tripe are generally sold in the stalls of Djemaa El Fna. Marrakech Tabakia desserts include spice and sesame cakes which are usually prepared and served during Ramadan, phyllo pastry tart with dried fruits or date cheesecake. Moroccan tea culture is practiced in Marrakech. Serve green tea with mint and sugar from a bent spout teapot into small cups. Another popular soft drink is orange juice. Alcohol consumption was common in the Almoravid era. Historically, hundreds of Jews produced and sold alcohol in the city. Nowadays, alcohol is sold in some countries. There are many universities and schools in Marrakech, including the Qadi Iyad University, also known as the University of Marrakech, and among its institutes, the National School of Applied Sciences of Marrakech and Marrakech, which was founded in 2000 by the Ministry of Higher Education and specialized in engineering and scientific research, and the Faculty of Science and Technology, Goulas, which is reputed to be the first in Morocco in terms of its faculties. Qadi Iyad University was founded in 1978 and operates 13 establishments in the Marrakech, Tensift El Haouz and Alcala Abda regions of Morocco in 4 major cities, including Khalitsragna, Essaouira and Safi in addition to Marrakech Supico Marrakech. Also known as the name of École Supérieure de Commerce de Marrakech, is a private college founded by Ahmed Benis in 1987. The school is affiliated with the École Supérieure de Commerce de Toulouse, France. Since 1995, the school has set up partnership programs with several American universities, including the University of Delaware, the University of St. Thomas, Oklahoma State University and National Louis University. Ibn Yusuf School. Historical sources confirm that the first nucleus of this school dates back to the Marinid period. It was rebuilt by Sultan Sadi Abdullah al-Ghalib between 1564-1565. It is rightly considered one of the masterpieces of Moroccan schools. The Ben Yusuf Madrasa is of great importance, due to its location on Ben Yusuf Square, which is of great historical importance, as well as being the original core of the city of Marrakech. The Saudians have revived this neighborhood by building a square-shaped school with a total area of about 1,680 square meters. For 4 centuries, the institution has been a stronghold for scholars and a destination for students eager for knowledge in various sciences, including religious and jurisprudential. It also reflects the magnificence of Saudi art. At the entrance of the building, a dome with plaster muqarnas bearing 2 inscriptions attracts the attention of the visitor. In the middle of the school is a basin and galleries surmounted by rooms distributed on the upper floor. As for the prayer hall, it is made up of 3 transverse naves separated by 2 rows of marble columns. The side tiles are laid out on wooden cupboards, which served as libraries for the school children. The districts of the city: Sidi Yusuf bin Ali al-Daoudiyat, Gilis, Al-Askar Roundabout, Al-Madinu Al-Masira, Azli, Izaki District, Sukuma, Al-Anra, Sidi Mubarak Al-Mahamid, the Industrial District, Al-Mashwar, Al-Kasbah, Tarku An-Adi, Al-Masira, Al-Afak, Al-Nakhl. The city is also home to the Moulay Hassan circuit for motor racing, which is 4,624 kilometers long and hosts stages of the World Touring Car Championship, Formula 2 and the AutoGP Championship, as well as the Marrakech Marathon. Golf is one of the popular sports in the city, as it contains 3 golf courses. Due to its rich cultural heritage, the city of Marrakech has become a world tourist destination and a high-level international congress venue, occupying a special place in modern Morocco. Hostel Riyadh Marrakech. Hostel Riyadh Agadir. Marrakech is one of the major tourist centers of Morocco and attracts European tourists in particular. Among the major events that take place in the city, the Marrakech Arts Festival, the Marrakech International Film Festival. Marrakech is characterized by the frequent use of motorcycles. As for transport by bus or car, the city connects it to the capital Rabat in the north, and to the city of Agadir in the south by the Casablanca-Agadir Highway. The city of Marrakech has a large modern train station that connects it to the city of Casablanca. Marrakech Menra International Airport is the second largest airport in the Kingdom of Morocco. Please subscribe, like and activate the bell if you like the content to continue with more. Give your opinions and suggestions in the comments so that we can develop the channel. Thank you.